I would say right now, if I look at the open source world, just to give you like the landscape, I think there's basically three big open source hyperparameter tools left, and maybe there's new ones coming. I'm not sure, but there's essentially Hyperopt, and then there's Optuna by Preferred Networks, which is essentially more or less like a clone of Hyperopt. So I would have preferred them to actually just contribute to Hyperopt instead. But they are basically more or less the same thing, right? But Optuna being on the rise, basically.
Chronologically, they also happened after.
Optuna came after, yes. Okay, so it's kind of a rewrite with a slightly better API and a few more features. But and Hyperopt has been like the old champion and is now being challenged, right? And Tune is kind of different because Tune allows you to integrate Hyperopt actually, right? So like Hyperopt's main algorithm, TPE, Tree-of Parson Estimators, has been invented by the original author who doesn't have time to maintain the project anymore, James Bergstra, who was also actively involved with other open source tools, right, like Theano. And so he runs his own company, so it's kind of difficult for him to do that still. But he had this paper about TPE and wrote the tool essentially and open sourced it, right? And this main algorithm is still kind of very competitive for machine learning setups. And in Tune, you can actually select TPE through Hyperopt, right? So it's one of the available algorithms in the backend, and I think this explains a lot also about
they complement each other in some ways.
In some ways, I mean, yeah. I mean, look, like if you look at RLib, you have different backends. You can use TensorFlow models and PyTorch models. If you look at Tune, you can use different libraries that work in the background, right? So, and one of them is Hyperopt, but you also have a lot of algorithms of your own. And just generally speaking, I think for me, like, and I say this as a Hyperopt maintainer, Tune is the clear winner down the road, because like it's fairly well architectured and it integrates with everything else, but it's still well, it's just better, and it's built on the Ray interface, so it has all the benefits of that as well, and integrates with all the other stuff that you're building around that. And so yeah, so I'd say in 2020 I would certainly bet on Tune.